24 and 25 are difficult. These are the vertical motion problems, okay? So when you get one of these, if I was you, I'd first start off by playing around with my graph until I got it to look the way I wanted it to. 16x squared plus 50x plus 4. A lot of us start out with zoom 6, just a natural, easy progression. But then you see that we can't see very much of what we want. I've noticed many of you have gotten in the habit now of pressing zoom 0, which is zoom fit. And now we can see our parabola, but we really want to be a little more attention, or have a little more attention to detail up here. Here's where you have choices. You can either now zoom in and move your cursor way up there into the middle of that. That's one option. And press enter. Or you can zoom box it. But you can tell right there, just from moving my cursor way up there on zoom in and pressing enter, I can see my parabola's important features. I can see the zeros. I don't know where they are exactly, but I can see them, so I can let my calculator find them. And I can find the maximum from there. Now, my very first question asks me about those zeros. It says, identify and interpret the zeros of the function, okay? Now, really what it's asking is of the problem set of the function, and that's what it says in the first sentence of each. So, we first notice that this crosses the axis twice. The x-axis is our zeros once, twice. So right then and there, you can eliminate two options. Because we have two zeros, so only option A and C are left. Next, we notice it says the first is a negative x value that is outside the domain of the problem. The next says the same thing. So we know that first zero is not a telling factor. It is even, okay? What we're concerned with then, the only difference left, is then describing or interpreting what the second zero means, okay? That second zero, we want to find out where it happens. I'm assuming one of the numbers is 3.2 because I've looked at the answers so far. But also, I'm just going to calculate it. Left bound, pressed enter. Right bound, moved way over here. Press enter, enter. And it is at 3.2, comma 0. So on our parabola, right here is the point 3.2, comma 0. And when it's asking you to interpret this, it's kind of asking you, what does each axis mean? With the way this function is written and the way all of these we've done so far, is our x-axis is time, and our y-axis is height, okay? X-axis is time, y-axis is height. So the x-axis means our time is 3.2 seconds and our height is 0 feet. Well, the only one that matches that description is A. The second zero is interpreted as the ball hitting the ground after 3.2 seconds. So at 3.2 seconds, after 3.2 seconds, the ball has a height of 0. This same graph that we have on our calculator can help us with number 25. Identify and interpret the maximum of the function. First, I want to know what that maximum is. I think I know what some of the numbers are, but I want to just check it. So I'm calculating number 4, a maximum. I want to go to the left of it. When I say left of it, I mean whatever I'm calculating. It was a 0, but now I'm calculating a maximum way up here. So let's move our arrow all the way over to the left of it. Just to be safe, go ahead and get off that plateau up there. There we go. Hit enter. Move all the way to the right of it. Maybe. There we go. Just to be safe, let's get off that plateau. So now we've picked a spot right here and right here. We're clearly left and right of that maximum. Enter, enter. Our maximum is 1.56, comma 43.06. But just having those numbers alone doesn't tell us the maximum. You'll notice it knocks out A and it knocks out D. But look, 1.56, 1.56, 43.06, 43.06. They have the same numbers, so we have to interpret what does that maximum mean. Well, here's our graph again. Our parabola doesn't really look like that on our calculator, but that's what a parabola looks like. and our highest point is 1.56, comma, 43.06. Well, this would be our time, which makes our other value our height. Okay, that's how these axes always work out. So the way we interpret this maximum is at 1.56 seconds, the ball is at its highest point, which is 43.06 feet. If you can just remember tomorrow that our x-axis means time and our y-axis means height, you're going to be very well off on these interpretation problems.